Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pacific Grand Western Railway. Today, I have something new for you. But this is also new to me. This is the first time I've ever done one of these engines or had one of these train sets. As you all probably know, I'm a very staunch DCC guy and always will be. However, I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, and with the encouragement of my lady friend, fiance, she keeps bugging me that I've got to get more modern. So I was on Facebook Marketplace. I come across this train set here. It is DCC ready. It's an MTH DCC ready train set that I'll do a quick review. I got this. It's about a $250 train set. I got this dirt cheap because it's used. And another problem it has, he says, is that the engine lights up but does not move. Now I have no idea what could be the problem. So this is all new to me, so we're going to be going into it blind. And what you see is what you'll get. And I'm learning along the way as for this set. But it's was a pretty nice set by the looks of things. I'll do a quick, I'll lower the camera down here a bit, do a quick review of the box and the contents, and show you what it's about and what I think of it. This is the box. It's DCCC ready. It's MTH. It's kind of a nice set. There's the end of everything of it, so it's ready to run. Like I say, I do not intend, if I can get it running, I do not intend to, there's one set. Of course, I got this upside down, so I'll put that there if you people want to stop and read it. And there. I also made another short test track for the workbench. And there is inside the box, ladies and gentlemen, the pickup wire. I am short some of the track, so I can't give you any information on what the track is like outside of what I look like. But I'll get each unit out here, and I will give you a tour of each unit. This is the one we're working on. I also have a piece here that needs to be, let me find it here. I got the glue on while we're at it. The step is broke off this one side, but we have it. I also got to repair the front step. But there is the locomotive. It is an F, some people say it's an F2. It's listed as an F3. It's not a bad locomotive. I am going to be replacing these couplers on the repair too. I do not like these couplers. They appear to be junk, and they're also not working. So I will convert them over to Accumate while I'm doing it. So there's the locomotive. It's not in bad quality. It's as good as an Athearn, or think it's as good as a Walters train line. I can't say because I've never had a Walters train line, but for the average starter set, I think it's a pretty nice locomotive, pretty nice set for a starter. That we'll leave out. That's what we're going to work on. This is the gondola car for it. It's a tad, again, the couplers are junk. They're going to be replaced down the road. It's got metal wheels, which is nice, but it's heavy, but it could be a tad heavier. This one's not too bad outside. It's got a broken step. It's got to be repaired and fixed, but other than that, it's not in too bad a shape. This is the hopper car. This one is in perfect shape. Again, couplers are junk, all metal wheels. It's not a bad car for a starter set. I will say one thing, it is a tad better than the Bachmann, higher up quality than the Bachmann equipment, whatever. And this is the caboose for it. Kind of a nice little caboose. It needs a few repairs here and there on the handrails and whatnot, but it's a nice little caboose, all metal wheels. The couplers, the lighting are all screw-on, so they're easy to be replaced, but that's the only one of the whole set that's working. But their that don't work probably. It's not holding closed. I don't know who makes their couplers, but that's the one thing I do have against this set is their couplers. Their couplers are absolutely trash. But other than that, the cars are pretty nice cars. like I say, for somebody for a starter set, it's actually makes a pretty neat starter set. And you see, here's the second level. Here's the track. It's pushed together track. I cannot give you a complete diagnosis on the track, for I don't have a lot of them. I'm missing a few pieces, but it seems to. Whoops, we get one that hasn't got rail joiners each end. We're on the wrong location. We'll see what happens. It appears to be nickel silver rail and code 83 by the looks of it. But you put it together. Yeah, it snaps together nice, no joints. So that's it seems to snap together nice, whatever. And it's apparently the track, as you can see by here, is missing a piece. So apparently the track does pop off it. If you want to nail it down to the table, you want to use the road bed, and it comes apart nice. So that's all I can say about the track. The only other problem I have with the set here is the what they call the wall wart, the transformer. It is certainly a heavy beast. That's what runs the power pack. And this is your directional control unit. This is for your accessories right here. But the one thing, your power pack plugs in here, this goes to the track. But the one thing, this is kind of nice. But the one thing I do have against, I don't know whether it's just this controller itself, or whether it's a thing about all of them, but it goes nice in this weather, this way, but getting back that way is a bit, as you can see, is a bit hard for changing direction. Nice for reverse, but for forward it's a bit difficult. That is the only fault I can find with that. That is the only two faults I can find with the train set so far. Is the couplers are absolutely trash, and they're for good or bad. That whether it's just that one this controller or whether it's all of them, but that's the only thing that I can find with it. This is where it plugs into your power pack and goes to your track. However, the track piece is missing. So that's a brief review of the set. But I would recommend, if somebody can find one of these sets that's just starting into the hobby, they can get it fairly reasonable price, whatever. I would look to one of these over a Bachmann. It does seem to be a bit more quality than a Bachmann. So that. And this is my new test track I just put together. You'll have to forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, if I have a cup of tea with video. I'm on medications for blood sugar, and while they're doing their job, keep my blood sugar in control, my does give me a terrible dry mouth. So we'll put the locomotive on the test track and just see what it's doing. Incidentally, this wire is on the test track, is on the common lead. For if you got a steam locomotive or a locomotive that needs power to it from the tender, it can be clipped on behind, and that they can run up and down the track for power wire. Is why that's there. Eventually there'll be a nickel silver rail here for if I do get into repairing DCC equipment for programming track. I need to do a couple of more. Whoopsie. I need to do a couple of more repairs on this track, test track, but I'm trying to find a track light, but try finding one when you want one. So we'll put this down a little bit, and we'll see what is happening, whether it will go or what does happen. Well, it does light up, but well, it lights up nice, but absolutely nothing. Okay, well, as I say, I've never done one of these DCC ready locomotives before, so we're digging into it blind, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, let me grab my foam cradle here, and we shall whoopsie, pardon me, I bumped the camera. And we shall have a go here and see what we got. Now, reading the instructions, I did read you got to remove this one screw for the coupler to get the body off. And the couplers are going to be changed anyway, so okay, they just slide out like that. Neat. I'm hoping to Accumate. I do have Accumate couplers. I just don't have Accumate coupler boxes. I got to get some more. Whoops. So, oh, these come apart. Hopefully. Oh, okay. There was a spacer under the rear coupler, ladies and gentlemen. So, they're just little screws that look like that. Hopefully these things pop apart that I can put the Accumate in. Because these are, I don't know who makes them, but they're an absolutely trash coupler. So with that, we should be able to spread the body, it says, and get into it here. Well, it does say it does have a, oh, it doesn't have a speaker, okay. It does have quite a bit of weight. It's a fairly weighted locomotive. Oh, well. We seem to have lost a screwdriver here. Oh yeah, there's one of my other sets. I finally got the front put back on from one of my other sets. Okay. Well, I'll be darned, my little screwdriver seems to wandered off. Wherever would he have gone? Oh, there it is. Okay, well, we'll try this again. It's supposed to be able to spread these, it says, according to the instructions. Well, according to the instructions anyway. What goes on here? What I was reading on its instruction booklet, this is how you get the body off. But again, first time with an MTH, I mean. So we'll get another screwdriver. I'll try 2 screwdrivers. Ah, there we go. You need 2 screwdrivers. Whoa, you dirty little son of a biscuit. Okay. What is holding the front in? Come on, it says spread here, and the chassis comes out. But there's evidently something very much in the front. Oh, there's your volume control. Yeah, this one don't have a speaker in it. Ah, there we are. Oh, he does have a speaker in him up here. Made in Thailand. Okay, oh, it's got a engineer and fireman and... Aye! Well, there would be a reason why it won't go. The motherboard is out of pins. Well, that'll be a good reason why it wouldn't start. And some of the pins are bent here. This may be a fairly easy repair. This one is a 2, 4, 6. This is an 8-pin decoder board. And if you'll notice, a couple of the pins are bent. I need to straighten out gently, and I need to put my that's better. Needed to put my spine lock on. I need to straighten these pins out. Okay, this is his motherboard. Seems loose, I'm not sure why, but there's the underneath of it. Nice little speaker. And I guess you take all these screws off to get to the motor, but we will see by plugging this back in if this solves our problem. Apparently yeah, I guess it's the only way it can go, right? As I can say, as you can see, this is all new to me. Well, I guess that's as far as it goes in, but it goes in, so appears to me this should be go in here. Oh, he's wiring on these things. Oh, come off there. Ah, there we go. There's two little slots here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're working on these, there's two little slots here. It's got to go between these jumper pieces. So, it is a fairly well made. It's got a better made drive than the Bachmann. Nice, as you'll see, it's got a nice truck detail. It's got the brake line for brake cylinders. Nice brake cylinders. It is a nice. They are nice trucks. They are a well manufactured locomotive. Now whether that just been the locomotive just been dropped and that popped out, it's hard to say. But apparently you just pop that out, plug these in, and she's ready to go. The speaker, there's no. Oh yeah, I guess there's the volume. You can turn the volume up and down. I guess you can put another speaker in the fuel tank if you want. I don't know. She's all-wheel drive apparently. So with that, let's put her back on the test track and see what goes. Maybe. And always remember, right rail is power, left rail is common. Okay, what do we got here? Well, trying. Speaker's making a noise, but she's still not. We got more than we had before. Okay. So, that was one improvement, but didn't exactly solve all our problems. Now we have to go and dig a little deeper. What I'm going to do while we're digging with this, I am going to see if I can fix this shell so it can be drying while we're... Oh, that's not good. Okay, very, very brittle plastic, ladies and gentlemen. I got to kind of straighten them out. There. Okay. Now getting the other little piece in, that's going to be really fun. Oh, this is going to be super fun without that happening. Don't you dare flip away on me. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? I think I'm going to leave that one off alone. No, this piece should And there's a piece broken out of that. So what we'll try and do is get this piece attached. What I'm using is Testor's plastic cement, if you can still get it. And I'm going to have to make a piece to go under there. Okay, well let that harden. Now I'm going to have to make a little piece to go in, replace that. But it's got porthole windows. All in all, I say it's a nice model. Nice. It's not maybe quite as high end as a Atlas or some of the more advanced locomotives, but for a starter set, it's a pretty nice little starter set. So if we can just find out what's make him tick, that can harden while we're working on getting the motor running. Well, now, back into our parts dish. So, how did that just pop out of there now again? There's two little tabs here. There we go. Let's see, these two. Well, it turns over. Are the power wires to the motor. So, if I can temporarily unplug that. It's easy enough to figure out where that goes. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is blind to me. So, we'll say, oh, this is kind of different why they got this wired. White, yellow is common and white is power. Interesting. You couldn't have put more smaller plug wires than that. Well, I'm going to take this off so we can get down into the engine. Motor. These are just Phillips, small Phillips screws. Whoopsie. They're just like, same as what holds the couplers on. There's 4 of them. Again, this is all learning experience for me. The DCC I find for myself, maybe 1 or 2 of them are kind of novelty item, having them powered and sound and everything. However, when you get 2 or 3 of them hooked up together, after about 10 minutes they just become noise. What I might do with this one, as soon as my fiance wants me to be modern, maybe later date, I might just get a decoder and put it in, and it can be her locomotive. She can have a, okay, to get down to those contacts. Well, it's turning over. So, nothing seized up, so oh my. Not quite sure how that gets in there. It looks like it's glued in. I'm not sure how you would get that out of there. I don't see. These will be for the lights and the stuff up front. And all the other, whatever functions are in it. I don't really see anything broken as to why it looks like that's loose, but whether that would make it run, I don't know. I need to put power to the motor to see if he runs. we do to test that. I was hoping to get power onto the motor contacts. However, at this particular time, I'm not really wanting to pull that motor the heck out of there, unless it's absolutely necessary. I do not see how getting that driveline hooked up. It looks like it'd be a real bear. And screws, I take it, would hold these, but hey, we're going to be like classic model trains. We're going to go into it just to see what makes it tick. Because right now it ain't ticking. So, as my grandpa would say, if I can't fix it, I'll fix it so nobody else can. Okay, well that just takes that off. That's all metal. I'm going to leave the screws in it so we know where they are. Oh, that don't really give us much, does it? There's the motor mounts there, but I'm looking at getting these trucks on and off. And the speaker is well glued in. And I don't... Nice. Boy, they have to make these little tiny blasted plugins. Hang on a second, I just want to see if I got something. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. I dumped out that metal container that came on my last unboxing. Turned out it's a very old Armstrong cash box. I dumped everything into here. It'll be sorted out later, and I'm just wondering if a couple of these things will solve my trouble. And these, ladies and gentlemen, what I have here is a couple of HO scale track spikes for nailing down your own track, hand laying track. So what I want to see what will happen is if, come here you, I can maybe fit like maybe we could MacGyver it. Well, didn't quite exactly work as I thought. That out of the way. And what I see happens is you lift this pin up apparently. Maybe. Tempting to do, you lift that pin up. Ah, there we go. Be careful on this, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need to be a blacksmith. But there we go. Okay. This should be a direct connection to the motor. There he goes. And his wheels are going around. Geez, that's nice and quiet and beautiful. Okay, he's going, ladies and gentlemen. Shut him down. Okay. So it appears we're not getting power through the board here somehow. Okay, there's a little slot. Slot goes up. Easier said than done. Hmm. Yeah, then you got to push that tab back down again. Okay. Again. Yep, yellow to yellow, white to white. Okay. Let's couple together. So apparently, it has something to do with this board. So, was it just because this was loose on an angle? We'll put him on the test track and find out. This is why I made this for the workbench, my friends. The other test track is good, but it's a bit too long to go on the workbench. Okay. definitely not getting power from this board. Okay, there is pin 1. I'm going to see if we got power through these wires. Okay. According to oil, that's working. Okay. Let us unplug this. Okay. Touch. This one. Okay. Oh, you're not on the rail. Now we had. Okay, look at this one. We had something for a minute. Little tiny electrical connections. Okay. Okay, so that's working. So it appears our problem is in here. That goes in there. Stitch, number boards, number key. Okay. I wonder which one would make it. Hmm. See if I can mark this. Well, the board's made in Thailand anyway. So we know there's nothing wrong with the running gear. There's something up here. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So that's working. Well, there's nothing wrong with the... Oh, pardon me. Guess we gotta put our... Gotta put our top back on. Getting a little ahead of ourselves here. Excuse me, I got a bird wants to play. No. Unfortunately, my pigeon don't know how to fix trains, although he would like to. And those screws are not for somebody with big hands like me. Oh. Okay, not too tight on there, ladies and gentlemen. You just have to be snug. You don't have to be. You're not putting the Missouri together. Okay, that snaps in there nice. what I'm going to do, as soon as it does run from the board, I'm going to put this bottom back on. Seeing it does not do us any good anyway. But hey, now we know what's in the bottom of a MTH locomotive. Again, just snug, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this. Oh, it goes on there. Okay. Oh, darn it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we get to do the job twice over. Forgot something. Always double check before you put things together, ladies and gentlemen, but it happens to the best of us. As William H. Westcott, one of our pioneers in modern railroading, used to say, first, you cannot make any serious mistakes in modern railroading. If you do, just go back, correct it, and have the fun twice over. Some days, though, you question his logic, but it was a easy repair. Okay. Now, according to this pin there and this pin here should do that. Oh yeah, okay. There he goes. Okay. So it appears our culprit is in here. For some reason or another. Try plugging this back in again. If not, I'm almost tempted to make a okay, that seems to be all that goes in. I'm almost tempted to make a jumper wire go across those two pins. Again, absolutely nothing. Turning the power on, but it's not. So this thing is apparently it's this board, ladies and gentlemen. And how you would ever figure out what is wrong with that is beyond me. You probably wouldn't. So, if a fella, until I can find another one of these, I'll have to go on the MTH website, see if I can buy another one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn this off. Have you heard of MacGyver? For those of you who haven't, get ready to hear it from him. What we're about to do I'm sure some of you out there is going to go right off the deep end over this, but we're going to wait for the soldering machine to heat up. While we're doing that, I'm going to get into the couplers and pick out some AccuMate couplers. Just don't have any coupler boxes. One, two. Now you know, ladies and gentlemen, why I like to be DCC. You don't have half the problems. When you start getting electrical stuff together, you're going to have problems. And also, ladies and gentlemen, why I am not using flux on my soldering is because this wire is rosin core for electronics. It has rosin core in the center of it is the flux. Never ever use acid core on any electronic products like this. is we're going to give this a wire brushing. Like so. And also, ladies and gentlemen, based on personal experience, don't make a mistake of touching that while the soldering's on. You're going to make a ki-yi. What we want to do is tin up this wire, like so. Just like that. And we're going to go, okay, now we just have to file this to fit. And just filing this down to kind of like a point, just so this will something like that. We are going to make a jumper wire, ladies and gentlemen. And by now, some of you DCC guys are probably heading for the get a stiff drink, but okay. If it works until I can get another board, another top, it works. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, how come you worked when I did this trick? Okay. Maybe. What could be the problem? Maybe. I think I see the problem. Oh, seriously. Not pin, not pin. She goes. Okay. Well, then why? Why? When you jumper this, and pin, pin, nothing. Oh, I know why. Hmm. Okay. Where is this be? Ah. this be the power in? I wonder. Let's just see if this is power in. Wrong end. Well, we're gonna have to take these off for a second and see where our power is coming from. Oh, great. Okay, that is power. Definitely the power wires. Need orange and brown or lights. Okay. Purple, I don't know what that does. But orange and black are the power wires. And we should able to put one there, touch one, oh shit, pardon me for saying that, one there, and one here. Pin. Okay. That's going there. Well, why ain't we getting power? Nothing. So, that means it's in this connection somewhere. And the board is not working. It's apparently somewhere in here. We are not getting power. Where it should be. What I'm attempting to do is hit this and it could be that one of these things is kaput. And these all seem to be hit that one. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that's going. What happens if we plug this in? Yeah, it's getting power there, but for some reason or another, I'm not getting anything through them power wires. Hmm. I think it's the bottom board is gone. My friends, because we got From there, we have power. But to here, we got no power. So it's getting power, just not getting to the motor. So one of these here has got to be gone. Oh, well, I guess it would. Can't help if you hook the power wire up to the test track. Might help. Those little buggers come off. Okay. For some reason or other, you're just not getting power from the power wires through the these are just jumpers I'm putting on. It's getting power, it's just not putting it through to the motor. So that would be in the circuitry in here. We'll solder that little purple bugger back on. There we go. Give him just a touch. There we got. Oh, we don't have headlight. We got ditch lights. So we're getting power, we're just got ditch lights, we don't have headlights. That's interesting. Come on, you. No, it's getting power. It's not getting power from the bottom unit through to the motor. I'll pop this off one more time, but I'm thinking I need another board. And one of these there, I'm thinking, is just not. The headlight. Yeah, we're getting power because we're getting lights, but we're just not getting it through to the motor. If I had another one of these little connections, I would hook it up and put it on those two, but I don't have that. We'll put our engineer and fireman back in. And we also don't appear to be getting power to the headlight. What we are going to do, one more test to check out, see if the headlight's working. If it is, I'm going to have to go to MTH and see if I can buy some parts. Now, according to Hoyle, this should be plus, and this should be minus. The headlight should come on. No luck. And the power's turned up. Yeah, that's plus. Well, it could be burned out. It's hard to say. Take it off the rails and see if it works. That is power. Nope. Okay. Well, that is a son of Seabiscuit, ladies and gentlemen. Well, while we're apart, let's see these crazy coupler pockets to see if we can, how easy it is to change couplers. Maybe we can get one thing fixed, ladies and gentlemen. According to Hoyle, they should just pop out of there. And knuckles this side. Yeah, just like that. Well, something like that. Yeah, just like that. Oh, those bloody McHenry things. Shoved them up McHenry's behind. Okay. Problem we have here is our hole is just a tad small. And we'll just oil these out a tiny bit. And we'll just give him a tiny bit more. Just okay. I'm just going to give him a real spot of plastic compatible synthetic lubricant. I said a spot, that was a little bit more than just a spot. This one's the rear one. I think we can put this one on. And we had this go on there, on there. Okay, there's two different sizes of screws. Not real cute. One is a machine set screw, ladies and gentlemen, and the other one is a okay. What a miserable thing, ain't you? I'll be a son of a gun. What if it goes that way? Ah, okay. Careful, ladies and gentlemen, there's a special way that goes. Okay, we're going to check that, see how that does for copper heights. I have my test box car. Ah, get on there. He's, well, it's compatible. Just a tad low compared to this one, but couples up. Like that, nice. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we have proved that I'm afraid this board needs to be replaced. So I will go online to MTH. I hear they're sold out. So I'm going to have to find out who the new took them over, and if I can still get another one of those boards, and what it's going to cost me. For some reason, they're not turning on the headlight and or turning on the motor. We'll just change this other coupler while we're doing it. And I think I see a problem here. Is this screw supposed to go in here? There we go. Did get one coupler screw mixed up. How many couplers? Garbage. And just playing that off out of the camera. There we go. I'll just give him a, see if I just give him a peck. Oh, it works. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have to put the body back on until I can find some parts. So, whoopsie. Sorry we couldn't get it running in this video, but apparently DCC ready, you have problems. So from what I can gather, it's getting power, picking up power. One of these here is not transferring the power to here. For some reason, if you jump these two, it goes. We got power in because the ditch lights are coming on. The headlight ain't coming on. And the speaker's lighting up, getting noise. So, they've got power in, it's just not going through to the motor. So, with that, we'll see if we can put the motor back on. See what I can do about fixing that. Front step worked out pretty good. So, oh, there we go. And then we slide the front coupler in. Ooh, that's going to be close. I think I'm going to have to get a longer shank coupler for that, maybe. Oh, I hate this. Okay, maybe we'll try using this hand this way. I can use both hands, but sometimes... well, I hate it when you got a screw that's partially magnetized. You're just not going to go in the hole, are you? That's my next big purchase is going to be a magnetizer. Okay, this can be a real pain. Oh, okay. Oh, well, this can be a real. Okay, I'd like to know the name of the guy that designed these couplers boxes. Yeah, well, what do you know? This one's the opposite of the back one. Okay, maybe. Where'd my other piece of this go? Well, we'll see if we can. Seriously? This has got to be the most miserable, cantankerous coupler system I've ever had the displeasure of trying to put together. Whoever designed this thing must have been on a Friday afternoon, must have been mad with everybody. Now, one part, where'd my other part go? Okay, can you put this silly thing through? Well, what do you know? Just very snug, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's close fitting. Oh, it works. Okay. Well, wouldn't you know it? And you think you had it in there. This could drive a person to drink and not water. This is worse to put together than a little headlight and an old Tyco locomotive. Seriously. Now stay there. Well, this has got to be right freaking. Oh, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to work on that off camera. This is just going to be run the video up too long. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go on what you want to call it, Facebook, see if I can order some parts. Now, I'll see if I can put that coupler together off camera, because it's just going to be too long to run this video up. But That's a little bit of inside of a MTH DCC ready locomotive. We're getting power. We're getting everything but headlight and power to the motor. So it's something in that motherboard is not allowing the power to go through to the motor. So some of those circuits or something's been fried. It might have been hooked up backwards. Who knows? But something's been fried on that motherboard that I'm going to have to find another motherboard and replace it and go from there. So with that, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Pacific Grand Western Railway, and that we tried. We had a view of the train set. Now, like I say, as for the change out the couplers on it to KDs or whatever you prefer, whatever. But other than that, if you can get one in good running shape, but for a starter set, I would recommend it over a Bachmann, because they are a bit more higher quality, whatever. Just be prepared to curse and swear at that front coupler. But other than that, thank you for joining in. From all of us at Pacific Grand Western Railway, thank you for tuning in.